Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Claudia Green. I'm a third-year medical student in Miami, Florida, and I'm so glad you're here. I'm going to talk to you guys today about how I got here, how I got to be in Florida. I was born and raised in Pennsylvania, but decided to come to Florida for medical school, and it's been a great decision. I'm going to walk you guys through the thought process I had when choosing my medical school. The first thing I thought about was curriculum. The school that I chose to go to in Florida has a primarily problem-based learning curriculum, and that was something I really liked about the program because I knew I would be able to study a lot on my own, and I do best when I can kind of get in the zone and do my own thing and use resources that work best for me, as opposed to trying to sit in lecture and absorb what the lecturer is saying. But if you're someone who's always loved lectures, like an undergrad, you feel like sitting in lectures was the best way for you to learn, then you might want to think about a med school that has a primarily lecture-based curriculum. Hand in hand with the curriculum is board scores. This is something that was really important to me when choosing my program. I looked at average board scores, and the program that I picked, I was impressed by their numbers, so that definitely helped as well. Location. When choosing between Florida or staying in Pennsylvania, I ultimately chose Florida, not only because of the sunshine and ability to be outside, which is definitely a positive, but also I felt like I wanted a big change for med school. I felt like kind of breaking up my routine that I'd always had in Pennsylvania and around the Philly area would be good for me when starting med school. Being able to go to the beach and go on walks every day and do my flashcards was a huge win for going to school in Florida. When deciding on med school, it's also important to think about if you want to go to a DO or an MD program. I was always really passionate about the DO philosophy, and so for me, coming to a DO school was ideal. But if you're someone that's super set on an MD program, then that could be a deciding factor for you too. Another thing that I reflected on is after interviews, which program was I the most excited about? And when I was in Florida, I remember finishing the interview and just being so excited and feeling like, I want to go here. I'm ready to submit my deposit and just start school. And having that feeling of excitement helped me make the decision of choosing to go to that school because I wanted to go where I was most excited about. If you're coming into med school with a certain specialty in mind, it's a good idea to look at the school's residency match list, and you can see how many matches there were in each specialty. So let's say you're interested in OBGYN. You want to look up how many matches your program had in OBGYN. For me, I didn't know what I wanted to do exactly, so I was just looking at the match list just to see what kind of matches the school has. So even if you don't have a specialty in mind, it's nice to look and see that a program has a broad match list. Another thing to consider is cost of tuition. So you can go on your school's website and figure out how much the program is going to be when you come up with tuition, fees. There's lots of different things that go into how much you're going to pay for med school. So think about your unique situation and the program that's going to be the right fit for you. Some schools have lots of research opportunities, so it could be a good idea to talk about that on your interview day. I was looking for things to talk about on my interview day, and research would be a great thing to discuss and ask your interviewer about. Something I spent a lot of time looking at is rotation sites. The school that I chose to go to has sites all over the country, and it was fun to see where I might end up after my first years in med school. If you know where you want to end up practicing as a physician, it could be helpful to go to a school with rotation sites in that area so you can start building connections even earlier. I know picking a med school is such a big decision, but it's so exciting. I remember endless talks with Matt trying to decide where we were going to end up. If you're watching this video and you've already been accepted to med school, congratulations. This is such a huge accomplishment. I hope you end up exactly where you want to go and just enjoy these next few months before you start an incredible journey.